Put the grass in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go check out the barn. It rained for the past 2 days, so we want to check it out and see how bad it kind of flooded down there, because it is on that incline, that hill, so that's where we're headed. Everything is just looking kind of nasty in winter. It's all just, everything's put to bed. It's not 100%. Check out the bees when we go by. So it's just kind of, ducks. I think we're gonna feed them. I spent yesterday kind of working over there, so let's see. So here we are in the new barn. We're going to give you a tour. It is not complete, so it's mainly just the main building, the lean-to. We have openings for doors, but no doors, and we have openings for stalls, but there are no doors to the stalls. So that's all up to us. We actually hired somebody to come in and build the barn. We have a local guy that he did our main structure, and he actually built our stalls and the loft up top, so that's pretty awesome. And we have to finish up all the gates and stuff, and that way we can strategically place goats where they need to be and brooders, and kind of thinking ahead that way, and hopefully a chicken pen. So let's do a tour of what our plans are for the barn, and then we'll go from there. So goats are going to be over here on the right. That is the plan, because all of this will be fenced in. We have got lots of wood over here. So hopefully giving them all of that to go through and forage, as well as this part of the field. This part stays pretty dry, but that side is wet. So we may just like fence off about right there and keep them out of the wet. We just don't want them to get into too much stuff, but we have a ton of acreage that way that they can forage on. And so going to have in here the females. So I'm thinking the plan now is males are going to be not going to come in the barn at all. They're going to have their own separate little hut somewhere else fenced in. So plenty of stalls to kid in, just keep them in a group. So have a gate right here, and then have the feeding trough probably in a triangle there. Have them a little place to get up on and do that. And then plenty of spaces to be able to kid in and all of that. These are going to be sliding barn doors that we can then latch and close, so it'll be easy to take them in and out. And then in here, this is for future going to be the egg layers. So we are going to have a nice door. We're going to completely wire all of that in. And that way they can come in here with nesting boxes and lay and be safe during the winter. We've had problems that our roosters and some of the hens just do not go in when it snows and it gets really cold and they get frostbite. So we're trying to provide them a safer place to go during the spring, and it will also lead out there and we'll talk about that in a minute, where there will hopefully be a electric or a solar door that will open and close, a time solar door there, so we don't have to worry about coming in and out in the mornings to do that, even though we'll be here anyway for the goats. And then right here is hopefully going to be the brooding station. So this is going to be all of our chicks. We're gonna have tubs here, have lights, and have a setup, because every year we have people that ask for chicks. We like to raise our own chicks, ducks and quail and chickens. So hopefully right here will be the brooding station, and then that last stall will be storage for food and milking. So I'm hoping to actually have that concreted in. So let me back up, I forgot that. This will all be concreted. Obviously it has to be smoothed out. We gotta come in here and do a better job about that. Yucky rain and stuff. But this will be concreted. Like I said, they can't put in the door until it's concreted. That will be concreted. And that way we can just drive up here, empty out the feed, have storage there, and hopefully have a milking station somewhere in here. So I don't know, it may not turn out. So once the structure was here and we realized how high it was, we just asked him if he could add a loft to the top, and he did. He did a great job. So he came out as far as he could on the left and the right side towards the back to give us as much storage as possible. And then right here it is shorter, so this is where our ladders will go to get up there, or it may hopefully even be big enough to possibly do like a little staircase or something. We'll see. I'm even debating on possibly looking at a spiral one, like a metal spiral staircase, but we will see. So we have enough young kids right now that it's not gonna hurt them to like go up the stairs and like push hay down and stuff. Maybe even get us one of those cool ones that like get the pulley system and go do 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 do. That'd be awesome. So okay, so the lean-to here, the idea is it's going to be multi-purpose too. Where this pole is here will connect there, and that will be fenced in for the chickens. And we will have the egg layers out here fenced in so that they can go out and they can forage in the fenced in area where the goats are. And then we also want to have enough space for rabbits. So we did rabbits, we did meat rabbits a couple years ago. We got out of it, but we want to get back into it. And so possibly, we know the outside we can have the rabbits. We're going to collect the manure, have that for composting, have that for the garden, as well as meat. The girls want to do show rabbits for 4-H, so that is also a possibility, and have an area here, and we can also fence all this in to protect them, extra layer of protection from predators. And then this will give us this space to do that too. So we could also have rabbits out here and here that don't necessarily have to be fenced in with the egg layers. So that is too a possibility. And of course doors that will open to everything, to the feed station. So it would be feed for the meat chickens, the egg layers, and the rabbits and the goats in that area there. So goats are our #1 priority. That's our main goal. We're gonna focus on the goats first once we get them settled in. Then we're gonna focus on brooding. So the egg layers are not ideally, I don't want them with the ducks, but they seem to all kind of decently get along. They're not fussing or fighting with each other, but I would like to have them separated. Then the brooding section is next, because I already have people who are wanting to have chicks hatched for them, quail, duck, and chickens. And so getting that together with lights and brooder tubs and all that good jazz is kind of #1 for me. That's what I want to do first before focusing on the egg layers and then rabbits. So to the dismay of the 2 little girls, they're gonna have to wait because that's just not on the priority list. They pretty much thought as soon as we got goats, wow, we get rabbits. It's like, hold up, we got a lot of work to do. So, but it's a good lesson for them, a good reality of good things come to those who wait. Just like this barn has been planned for 6 months, a little over that, and a matter of saving for it, a matter of planning for it, and a matter of being patient, mainly on the weather. It's just really sucked, honestly. And so we've gotten to the point where it's here, and now it's time to get busy with all the other stuff. Hope that made sense. Hope that kind of gives you an idea of what our plans are for the barn. We know that sometimes things don't turn out just because I think that we can do this or have things a certain place or it's going to work out doesn't mean it's going to. And you just kind of get used to that as a gardener, as a homesteader, trying to get our homestead together. Is you figure out sometimes that just happens, and that's okay. We can switch things, we can change things around. Not everything's going to get done at once. We have key goals of this has got to get done first and second and third. And so it is going to take a little while. We hope to take you on this journey and see how that works out. And hopefully we can learn and you can learn from our successes and our failures. And we're okay with that. So if you don't mind, just like, subscribe. You can comment. Of course, what are your experiences with goats? Are there any suggestions that you see the stalls here? Is there anything that you suggest having in the stalls or a type of gate that worked for you or different things that you think would be helpful to help us be successful? I would love to hear that in the comments if you want to do that. So thank you.